Hello everybody, welcome back to Gyandan. Today is the 6th day of 30 days to a more powerful vocabulary. Verbs give you power. Do you remember your old schoolbook definition of a verb? It went something like this. A verb is that part of speech which asserts, declares, or predicates something. But a dynamic verb is more than this. It is the catalyst of the sentence. That is, it is the word that brings the sentence to life. Choose your verbs with care. If you pick a dull verb, your speech will be dull, barely serving its primary purpose of communication. It will be merely a succession of syllables that will make a little impression on the mind of your reader or listener. A choice of powerful words, on the other hand, will make your speech electric, galvanic. Like a powder charge, it can give the impact of bullets to all the other words in your sentence. A single illustration of this statement will be enough. Which of the two following sentences has the greater force? He is a moral leper. Let us keep away from him and have nothing to do with him. He is a moral leper. Let us ostracize him. The answer is obvious, isn't it? One word has expressed the meaning of 10. So watch your verbs. They are packed with power. Here are 10 dynamic verbs that belong in a rich vocabulary. We are not going to give you their precise definitions. Just read these sentences in which they occur and see if you can guess the meanings of the ones you don't already know. Pronounce them aloud. What are some of the things that people do? They expiate their sins, crimes, blunders, or errors. They importune God for divine favors. They impute unworthy motives to their enemies. They scintillate the wittier ones at gay gatherings. They mulct the unwary or gullible public. They ostracize members of religious, political, or radical minorities. They deprecate the sins of this age. They procrastinate and then vow to be more punctual in the future. They rusticate in the summertime, if finances permit. They vegetate all year if they are lacking in imagination, initiative, or energy. Referring to section 1 only, where necessary, write the proper verb next to its definition. The definitions do not appear in the same order as the sentences above. Live in a passive way, vegetate, deprive of a possession unjustly, mulct, make amends for, expiate, beg for ceaselessly, beseech, entreat, importune, exclude from public or private favor to ban, ostracize, put off until a future time, delay, that's procrastinate, sparkle with wit or humor, scintillate, spend time in the country, rusticate, to ascribe, attribute, charge an act or thought to someone, usually in a bad or accusatory sense, impute, disapprove of the actions of someone, deprecate. Exercise 3. Which of the verbs you have just had would most aptly describe the characteristic action of each of the following people? Now let us look at the answers. He is too indolent to get his work done on time. That is procrastination. He procrastinates. He is accustomed to blaming others. He imputes. He is a gay and witty person. Scintillate. He possesses a lively conscience. Expiate. He is a person who is in rut and leading a lazy life. He vegetates. He is an exclusive individual. He ostracizes. He doesn't mind cheating others. He mulcts. He is an insistent beggar. He importunes. He is ashamed of the acts of his associates. He deprecates. He is on a vacation at a farmhouse. He rusticates. Exercise 4. In each of the following Exercise 4. In each of the following divisions, you will find two sentences. The first sentence has a group of italicized words. The second sentence has a blank space. In each case, a slightly different form of one of the verbs you have just studied can be substituted for a group of italicized words before it. Decide what this particular form is and write it in. He has been spending his time in the country. He has been rusticating. Why do you keep nagging me for favors? Why are you so importunate? He took $1 million from the public by dishonest methods. He mulcted the public of $1 million. Excluding him from our group is our most potent weapon against the liar. Ostracism is our most potent weapon against the liar. For the past 2 years, I have been accomplishing nothing and getting nowhere. For the past 2 years, I have been vegetating. He pled against the exploitation of labor. He deprecated the exploitation of labor. The atonement for his sin, he did penance for 3 days. In expiation of his sin, he did penance for 3 days. Do they accuse me of committing these offenses? Have they imputed these offenses to me? I resent your accusation that I committed these offenses. I resent your imputation of these offenses to me. She is a gay and witty speaker. She is a scintillating speaker. Putting off till tomorrow is the thief of time. Procrastination is the thief of time. Exercise 5. Now for a change of pace with a few verbal gymnastics for you. Can you think of 5 verbs ending in 8? They have not appeared in this chapter. The definitions, the initial letters are offered to help you. Have control over, dominate, make easier, facilitate, follow the example of, emulate, make gestures or motions as in speaking, gesticulate, get better, recuperate. Now can you think of 5 verbs ending in eyes? Exercise condescension to words, patronize, make pay a fine or suffer punishment, penalize, make vivid or moving, dramatize, make live forever, immortalize, appropriate and give out as one's own the literary work of another, plagiarize. Can you make the verbs of section 5 an active part of your speaking vocabulary? Fill the blanks of the following sentences. Some new forms of the words may be required, such as dominates, dominating, dominated. Beethoven has always dominated the musical scene. Carl Sandburg's biography vividly dramatizes the life of Lincoln as no other book has ever been able to. I have never seen a sick man recuperate so quickly. Your friends think you are stuck up because you seem to patronize them. Nature will penalize you for your alcoholic excesses. Let us emulate the habits of a successful man. In her confusion, she gesticulated vividly. He built an insecure and dishonest literary reputation by plagiarizing the classics. Let me pack for you that will facilitate your departure. The elegy in the country churchyard did much to immortalize the poet Thomas Gray. Exercise 7. 20 dynamic verbs, excellent additions to a powerful vocabulary, have been discussed in this chapter. How many of them can you call back to your mind? Try and see. But of course, don't refer to the preceding pages until you have to give up. In order to help your memory, the initial letters are given. Recall and write down as many as you can remember. 10 will be fair, 15 extremely good. Pause the video and write down the verbs. For the next few days, keep your eyes and ears alert for verbs. Note them as you read or as people speak to you. See whether they are effective and do their work. Even billboards, car cards, and other advertisements will help you. Advertising space costs money and the publicity. Men have to pick their verbs with care. See if you can improve on experts. How many synonyms can you find for the verbs they use? Are your choices better or worse? As you read your newspaper, watch for examples of verbs. Here are a few samples from our best speakers. Mr. Sherwood has given us a drama which stimulates the thought process. Gladys swore thought. We have followed the President's leadership in his efforts to revitalize a democracy. Harold L. Ikes. In the face of terrific problems, we cannot pursue our customary life. Cordell Hull. So take care of your verbs. They will add power to your speech. That was the end of chapter 6. To be continued. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe.